What's up, everybody? Rob Cash is on the set. Before we get started, any mentioning of any digital asset is not financial advice. You're an adult. You should know what to do. If not, seek help. Now, let's get on with some VeChain and some PundiX news. Now, we're going to start off with the title of this article right here. But first, I want to let you know that I'm going to try not to keep you long. I actually posted this article on Twitter yesterday, but I decided to do a quick video, hopefully quick, about this partnership that VeChain has. 6 million users, fashion store using VeChain for digital certification. Now, before we get into the meat and potatoes of the article, I'm just going to blow up the screen a little bit just to show you, the traction that VeChain has from this kind of like, graph or photo of all their partnerships right here. And I'm going to zoom in. If you look to the left here, which I'm going to do, where you see Reebonz right here, where it has pinned under fashion, all their fashion partnerships. As you see, H&M, LVMH, Swell, and again, Reebonz, which is going to be the topic of this video in VeChain. And of course, the big partnerships that we know about, DNVGL, PricewaterhouseCoopers, and also with DHL, for those that don't know, which DHL is, I think, the second largest logistics company in the world. So just something, I want to throw in there just to let you know how serious VeChain is in case, you are new to the channel or new to VeChain. So I just want to let you guys know that. And for the price point right now that it's trading at, I see nothing but opportunity. That's all I can tell you. Now, let's get into the meat. 6 million users, luxury product and fashion store Reebonz has announced the digital certification of its products using VeChain traceability solution. The Singapore-based firm, known for selling exclusive products like shoes, apparel, and handbags, focuses on Asia-Pacific region. Reebonz has more than 6 million users and over 1,000 brands on its platform, becoming widely known for selling both new and used products. I'm going to stop right there. Now, what makes this very interesting is because they sell new and used products. And for those people out there, you can buy secondhand luxury items, luxury cars, jewelry. And what makes this very significant for me is that the usage of not just for new products, but I see a major utility for secondhand products. Because when you're buying something secondhand, you want to know, whether it's authentic. Because there's a lot of shady people out there, willing to dupe you into buying something that's considered to be a luxury item or a high-end item, and you could be duped into buying something that's fake. And with the technology we have today, there's a lot of fakery and, please pardon my language, and fuckery going on, in the used sales sector, used item, sector. So this is great for VeChain. So not only you will see a lot of utility in its supply, chain management, from its inception of being manufactured, you see a major utility and use case for it being in secondhand, selling of items as well. So now let's move on to the rest of this article. The platform making use of consumer-to-consumer idea for used products, as I just touched on, publicized the signing of a memorandum of understanding in spring of 2019 with VeChain through a blockchain. The luxury good platform is offering digital certificates with their products for seamless verification and tracking. Reebonz sold over $88 million in U.S. luxury goods in 2018, a year sale that brings the platform among the top sellers in the region. Using cutting-edge technologies and innovative measures, we've hoped to provide the first of its kind tracking and authentication tools for luxury products in Asia, says Reebonz CEO and co-founder Samuel Lim. The authentication of pre-owned luxury items using the blockchain is just one of many high-impact innovations Reebonz is pioneering to improve the luxury shopping experience for customers across Asia Pacific. Now, guys, this is huge. Like I just said, the resale utility is going to be great for VeChain. So, like I said, not from the supply management and, like I said, the inception of products, but the resale. I think that's going to get more traction so far as for this, type of thing for luxury items. The resale is going to see more utility or equal utility, with the supply chain, because they want to authenticate their products from its inception, and not only that, they want to secure authenticity, on the resale. So I see this being huge for VeChain. So for those that are new to VeChain, this is your value here, okay? And just to let you know, if you want to know, well, okay, I see the utility in the blockchain so far as supply management. So if you want to be, if you have concerns about how the actual token is going to gain value, that you're holding, well, think about this. The usage of the blockchain. They have to purchase VET in order to even use the blockchain for its utility, for their, for the service. Okay? So the usage of that blockchain, they have to purchase VET. Not only that, VET generates gas, the VeThor token, okay? And for the transactions to go down on the blockchain, they're going to have to burn that gas. And in order to get that gas, they got to get VeChain. So you see the cycle. I hope I explained that properly. But if not, please do your own research. But that was just a little tidbit. So for those that understand it, great. If you don't understand it, do your own research. And once you understand it, you will really deeply understand the utility and the value of VeChain and the possibilities of the VeChain token bringing you some value to your pocket. Now, I'm going to show you, not necessarily further detail in Reebonz and how they're going to be using, the VeChain Thor blockchain as well. So let's move on with that, folks. Again, going to try not to hold you long, but let's get on with the meat and potatoes. Okay, folks, I went to the Reebonz website and I pulled this up on their website, and it says right here, Reebonz, your world of luxury. Now, it says here in their insights or news release, Reebonz implements blockchain solution to digitize products, becomes first fashion technology company to provide end-to-end tracking service. Now, this might be a little redundant, being that the information I just shared with you with the partnership with VeChain, but I just wanted to get a little bit more in depth. So for those, that feel like, okay, I heard enough, you can fast forward to the PundiX information I'm going to share with you. But for those that just want a little bit more detail, stick with me and I'll read this verbatim to you so we can, share and compare. Company focuses on innovation to build trusted relationships in a crowded marketplace. Singapore, January 23rd, 2020. Globe Newswire. Reebonz Holding Limited, NASDAQ, Reebonz. And just to let you know, right now on the NASDAQ, they're priced at $1.20. Yeah, a little tidbit. A leading online luxury marketplace and platform in Southeast Asia and the Asia Pacific region today announced that it has implemented the blockchain technology as part of its ecosystem strategy to establish the provenance of products. The company is focused on building trust and providing authentication and ownership tools to its members. All products sold by Reebonz from its inventory B2C merchandise business since January 2019 will have a digital certificate. This digital certificate will bear a QR code which contains information such as product details, transaction details, and history, and provenance of ownership. Products can be verified through the Reebonz mobile application, which will provide the digital certificate. As part of Reebonz MOU with VeChain signed in February 2019, the digital certificate will be hosted on the VeChain Thor blockchain. While the project is in proof of concept stage, the company intends to iterate on this to develop a scalable solution for all products in its initial phase. Approximately 50,000 unique products will bear a digital certificate in the blockchain and was live by late December 2019. Another benefit of the digital certificate is to further the company's luxury ecosystem, where it enables buyers to become sellers and sellers to become buyers through its sell back guarantee service. A customer could choose to sell back to Reebonz, allowing the Reebonz team to digitally validate the product certificate, thereby leveraging technology to scale its authentication efforts. Reebonz has been at the forefront of promoting sustainability by creating a customer-focused circular economy where one can be a buyer and seller with equal ease. Guys, this is huge. Like I said, do you see the utility of the VeChain blockchain, the VeChain token, and the VeChain Thor token for gas? Think about all the activity just from this alone and all the different partnerships that I showed you on the graph at the beginning of the video. And if you look at the price point of VeChain right now being at a little over a half a penny, do you see the value that you're holding? And if you're not holding, do you see the value that you can potentially have by purchasing VeChain? This is not financial advice. I'm just giving you the early, information, because it's about information. Information is power. That's like the having. And please let me speak on this just a little bit. For those that have been in the crypto market since 2017, matter of fact, even if you haven't, if you just do your due diligence on research of history of where the market's going so far as cycles, and this is my strategy. I'm using the information of history, like Bitcoin's halving, to position myself to take advantage of the future gains that's headed our way. Do your research on the halving, because I don't want to make the video too long talking about the halving as well. But if you do your research on the history of how Bitcoin is going to scale itself down, making it less available, that's going to give it more scarcity, therefore giving itself more value. And rising tides, raise all boats. So meaning Bitcoin is responsible for leading the crypto market. So when Bitcoin becomes more scarce and more valuable, that's going to pull all cryptos up, especially cryptos in the top 50 like VeChain, like XRP, like Ethereum, like Litecoin, like ADA, and many others in that top 50. Okay, so think about that for a moment. Do your due diligence on the research and the history of the cycle of Bitcoin, and you will understand what I'm talking about the predictive cycle of what's coming. Okay, position yourselves. Now, that's all I'm going to read in this article. A lot of great benefits to holding VeChain and to being early with information and understanding what you're holding and what you're invested in. Okay, I'm going to move on to just a little bit of PundiX. But take this information, download it. They have a PDF, so that way you can understand how Reebonz is utilizing the VeChain blockchain. Okay, now let's move on. All right, folks. Now, the article says French payment giants Worldline and Ingenico merge in $8.6 billion deal. Now, if you remember, just maybe about a month ago, a little over a month ago, or last year, Ingenico partnered with PundiX to provide software for their point of sale device, right? So this is why I say this is PundiX news. So now let's get on with it in the article. Should I read the top here? Yeah, I'm going to read a little bit of that. Let's do that. French fintech companies Ingenico and Worldline are set to merge, according to a February 3rd press release. The 7.8 billion euro or $8.6 billion buyout deal was accepted by shareholders of the companies, both of which had previous exposure to crypto. Now, let's read. The merger and significance for shareholders. As part of the agreement, Worldline will offer Ingenico shareholders a mixed cash and stock compensation with a premium of 17% over its Monday trading levels. The combined entity will be held primarily by Worldline shareholders, with 65%, while the remaining 35% will be in the hands of Ingenico investors. The merger continues a trend of consolidation in the payments industry. Earlier in January, Visa acquired fintech startup Plaid, which also had a small cryptocurrency footprint. Now, I'm going to just throw my little 2 cents in here, or my 2 satoshis, as some people say. Now, do you see a lot of these traditional huge corporations, gobbling up, these cryptocurrency oriented startups? I consider that to be adoption, because when you have mainstream institutions gobbling up these small crypto startups and taking them into the fold, listen, it can only get better. Okay, that's as plain as I can put it. And if you cannot read the tea leaves or see the writing on the wall, I suggest you get yourself some bifocals, because it's going to happen. It's going to happen with or without you, but it's definitely happening with Rob Cash. Now, let's go further. Ingenico and Worldline's crypto exposure. Worldline provides a large variety of services ranging from point-of-sale terminals, online merchant services, to e-ticketing and fleet management systems. Ingenico is primarily known for its point-of-sale devices despite major diversification efforts. Its board of directors removed former CEO for 11 years, Philippe Lazar, in November 2018. 1 year later, November 2019, Ingenico partnered with PundiX, a project developing crypto-friendly point-of-sale services. The crypto project used one of Ingenico's devices to offer payments in major cryptocurrencies via its software. Now, just to let you know, you remember the video that I put up as a reminder to you that PundiX partnered with Ingenico, stating that they're going to be using PundiX blockchain to implement into their point-of-sale device, a new device that they're launching, in over, I think, 100,000 locations. Okay? So now, with them being partnered with PundiX, and I'm not saying this is going to happen, but look at the exposure that the PundiX team and blockchain is going to get by this partnership. Okay? Because just the partnership with Ingenico itself is huge. But now, by Ingenico having a huge partnership with another institution, with crazy reach and leverage, this can only mean, something positive for the PundiX team and their blockchain. And mind you, their FX coin, when the mainnet launch, that's what you have to look forward to. Now, I'm going to say this. The PundiX, the original PundiX token itself, I'm going to leverage that to purchase the FX coin when the mainnet is launched sometime this year. And if you're holding a few million or a couple of million, I can see, a decent amount of gains, because I can see PundiX, the original PundiX token, reaching at least, going back to the 1 cent, 2 cent mark that it had in 2017. So if you're holding on to a couple of million, that's a decent amount of profit. And so I'm going to use that to purchase the FX coin when the mainnet is launched, because I can see these institutions, moving forward using the mainnet, because right now, they're still based on the Ethereum, blockchain. So when the mainnet is launched, it's going to be its own entity. So you have to be forward thinking, guys. Think about that. You got to have some insight with this. And so that's what I'm going to leave you with, and make sure that you do your own research. Do your due diligence, please. So again, I see this being, a step up for PundiX. So again, do your own due diligence and research, and remember to be forward thinking and do your due diligence on the research on the halving of Bitcoin and how it's going to pull, all cryptos up. Be mindful about the future by researching the past. This is Rob Cash, and I'm off the set, baby.